Welcome. How is everybody today? I know I had to leave in a rush yesterday. I was busy speaking to somebody, but that wasn't actually there. How'd I do? Was it a good fake? Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm here. I didn't see me on a screen. Thought I was somewhere else. Thought I was still in the metro. I didn't take the metro. I did 25 years ago. I still think I'm on it. I'm still on that train. That the Harry Potter train? I mean, all that stuff exists, my friend. They unfold. These worlds, this whatever we're in, it somehow unfolds, and it lets in what it lets in, and then it unfolds the other way. That's why the angles I'm always talking about is 45, because they're not coming straight down, and neither does the rain, neither does my wang. Just hangs around, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what happened this morning? Jumped into my car a little too quick, and girls, I don't know if you know what this feels like, but I jumped into the car a little too quick, and I squeezed my leg, and I squeezed one of those nuts down there. And like I said, I'm starting to believe that not all our brains are in our head. I think all this joking around that everything's been going on for our entire life, you know, your brains are down there, this and that, are you talking? Are you watching my buddy? He's taking care of Rubik's Cube. He's got Rubik's Cube right in front of him. You think he wants it? 7286. Take a look at 72 over here. Doesn't it look like an R? Because it's all bent over now. There are certain letters like the K, the P, the K, and there's two more letters. These letters are all intertwining. It's whether or not it's 2 levels this way or 2 levels by 1 level. Just on square paper. That's all it is. If it works on square paper, whatever, if you do it for 10 lines, then you have to make the whole thing for 10 lines. Then you have to multiply everything by 10 lines. Because once you make the first square bigger, okay, in the beta world, okay, like there's, let's say this world's here and this world's here, but there's that other world that's on top. The bigger wheel is on top, directing the 2 of them. That would be Venus on top. And I think below it would have to be Jupiter. But I'm all mixed up still with that. I got 100 different stories. When you're ready for me to tell you one, or if you're not ready, if I'm online telling you, you'll see it anyways. Okay? So you have, let's say, Mars and Saturn. And if it's being held, okay, on top by Venus and on the bottom by Neptune, maybe that's the reason you can never count, because you can never count more than 1, 2, 3 lines pointing in 6 directions. It's the Mug and David. You cannot do anything else, okay? Because there's worlds that are put on different worlds. And if you see in my picture in the background, let me take this off the wall. Oh, we're going to put this down. See this picture here? You see, there's the center. This is what he wanted. Hitler wanted to win the core, okay? This is all made by the Mug and Davids, okay? These kites, they pass right into the center, okay, which is the alpha spirit, and then right through beta, which is a flag, okay, because that's beta. This is God, this is beta, because God's everything. He passes through beta back into alpha, okay, and then we pass it on, and then it goes down into this corner, and one time from this corner, and one time from this corner. If you notice, these are never giving an injection. It's only these. I told you, this is God. In this world, it's the female God that works, so you got to work with the 88. The reason it's 88, okay, is if you count in here, there's 8 of the stop sign. Don't forget the turnstile pin that's in the center, okay, which is your 9th. And that's one of the reasons for 9 times 9, 81 worlds, is because our one world is 81. Okay, but there's only 72 in which work, because in each world, as you notice, there would be a passage. Okay, this you can represent as the 5 dice, let's say. This would be, I think, I'm not sure, but each dice fits into these cubes until they work into the center. 88, 88, 88, 88, 888, 888, 88. How do you want to work this? Usually work it like this. You see, I'm going to hold like this, okay? You cannot take, well, no, it's better to hold like this. You cannot take what's below your waist, okay? That's the negative return. A little bit below the waist on the back side, You got to go do a number 1 or a number 2. Well, that's how it works. Okay, let me show it to you again. Okay, here's your 8s. Okay, they inject right into there. I know I forgot, I was thinking of something and I missed trying to tell you something. But anyways, yeah, I remember now. When your pelvis is very special, okay? You need to remove your pelvis, okay? And the reason you have to remove your pelvis is because what you're really left with, okay, there's all those little tentacles, okay, that are hanging near your ass like if you were a robot. Pretend they're moving around and a little bit longer and they look a little bit more silvery, right? And that's your body. That's the heart part of your body. Here is the heart. For the girls, the heart is the opposite. For the males, it's from here. From the girls, it's from here. They give them the big hips. They give us the big shoulders. And there's 2 hearts upside down. And you can go to any old city in the old towns and see all this old artwork on metal. And you'll see they're going to be twisted because it screws up and it screws down and you screw up. More this. Hey, Elvis Presley. Don't you know it was the hip movement they didn't want us to know about? It wasn't sexual at all. The media has fooled you again. Pelvis. The vis is French for screw. A pel is to dig. It's a shovel. To dig yourself a hole. To fuck yourself. Somehow in his music, he has sung something that sort of was it was godly in his music. He somehow released something that automatically, because I have to see both sides of the word. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm going to tell you the other side. Okay? A pel can be belle, which means beautiful. Okay? Instead of Elvis. And elle, it means she. This. Her screw. Now, when it's her screw as an expression, what does that mean? So you have to take that into fact. But anyways, what I meant by in the pelvis, you make the babies and it's the heaven. So every time I think of the pelvis right now, I think it's got to be, I'm not sure. When you go to a bathroom, you know, and it's brown, it reminds me of Saturn. When I look into the sky, I think it's Neptune. But bottom for bottom, the 9 brings you into the world. The 8 is a passage of the 2 worlds. So therefore, your midsection must be number 8, Neptune. Okay? So anyways, you can only go the middle. Okay, I know how to tell you. Now I know how. Listen to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on your phone. You can't use 7, 8, 9. Okay? That's how it is. Now, if you count from the bottom, instead of going 7, 8, 9, you flip it upside down, and it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. But if we don't make anything look like there's a difference, everything will sound the same, everything will look the same. We wouldn't know what the hell was going on because everything would be the same. So they make minor changes. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I. I had to skip over one of them because that's the exit. I usually call it the E world. F is the face of man. Face, F, of, O, man. F-O-M, M-O-F. Monk chicken. Anyways. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. You can only use 1, 2, 3, 4. You can only use 4 of 8. Half. And the line would fold, well, like that. It's like almost like when you look at it like that. Okay, doesn't it look a little bit weird if I hold it like that? Because it's a replica world on the other side. You see, in the deck of cards, if you notice, I mean, it doesn't end at their feet. The Jack, Queen, King doesn't end at their feet. It basically ends at their midsection. Okay, and it's really cool because now you can start thinking. I'm looking at the cards. Okay, what did he put on first? What did he put on first? In fact, I have something written down. Hopefully I can show it to you because the hats of the Jacks and the Kings are like the most important hats of all. One of them I think is because I think there's 2 decks, okay, that they must play with. 2 decks is 54 and 54, okay, or 54 and 52, 106. It depends which combination you're going to use. If you use Venus and Neptune up and down, you can use only one of each. But if you're going to use Neptune and and man, or wherever he is, then you have to include the angel, because man doesn't exist without the angel, so that's automatically included. And Neptune's not connected to Venus because there is no Neptune, because Neptune does not exist. Neptune don't exist. Not unless we were coming. So they created Neptune in preparation of us. That was the passage. Okay, there's two kinds of passages. You can go through the 5-hole, right? Or transfer worlds through the 8-hole. Oh, I didn't even mean that. Transfer worlds through the 8-hole. Because that's the 7s. It's not the same thing. It's not the same. Wow, I didn't even know there was a difference. I wasn't sure if there was a difference. Wow, I have to go over all my stuff, because you know what? Because now that I'm starting to see the story a little bit clearer, I'm starting to see where I made mistakes, or not mistakes. Maybe it's true. Some of it, most of it, maybe some of it, maybe none of it at all. Maybe you're all wasting your time. How can you be wasting your time with me? Does anybody waste any time with me? How much did I cost you? And how good was the sex after me? Oh, shut this guy off. Oh yeah, honey. I turned everybody off. Yeah, we're gonna have sex in about a minute when he's done. And finally, you get into the 10th minute of me, and honey, the sex will have to wait till the end of the cassette. The end of the cassette comes. She doesn't know it. The next one starts. Automatic. Husband calls her. What's going on? She says, oh, another cassette started. Mr. Tackpans is on again. I'll be there soon. And Mr. Tackpans keep making cassette after cassette after cassette, and they're going to need Viagra just to sit up to watch it. Just to keep a straight head, you know what I mean? Keep your head up. Viagra's to keep your head up, no? Isn't it? Viagra. There it is. My head's up. I knew Viagra was supposed to be for that. Wow. Okay. This is what we're going to do. You don't mind doing a little bit? First of all, I don't know if I told you this, but the word octagon that I just showed you, okay, is a total of 80, okay? 80 is the 8 heaven of 10. And you can keep going up. You know why? Because this is a thing to go up. 80, 160, 220, 240, doesn't matter. It could be in degrees, but because if it's in degrees, it could be a temperature, or it just keeps going up into and around into new worlds. I'm not sure which way the numbers go yet, but I can calculate it the same way they've done it over here. I mean, these numbers are all in a row, right? But these numbers here are in a square. So you have to choose your game board, you know? Watch out what God shows up with. This is what God is going to show up with. He's going to come here and he's going to wave this in front of everybody. And he doesn't have to touch it with his hands. He just thinks, and zoom, you pass over the time. You can never come back if you don't try the first time. If you don't try the first time. And something like that. All right? Anyways. First of all, I just want to say something about Scrabble. That I looked at a Scrabble game, but I didn't pay much attention to it. It was really cool. On one side, they sit each one on each side of the board, but the board name is coming from the side. So I have to figure out what that board is about. Anyways, the letter A, there were 9 of them. 9 angels. How do you get 9 angels with 8 aces? Oh, right. The other one is not an angel. He must be the Delta angel. I think God's name maybe is with a D or something. Anyways, the word sugar. SU together as a count, okay, has a total count of 21 and 19, totaling 40, which is the game board. 10, 10, 10, 10. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. 10,000. No, 10 times 10 and 100, 1,000, 10,000. Yeah. 10,000 souls were on the line. Soon went up to 59. You know why it went up to 59? Because on his roll, okay, that he rolled a 5 first to the railroad station. He picked up the train and then he rolled a 9. And he stopped just before the next railroad station, and that was I forget what property, oh my God, it's the purple properties, and it becomes a birth. He had the first spawning on the road to monopoly. Not only that, 59,000, the zeros, angel, man, spirit, egg, egg, egg. The 5 and the 9 was the 5 passage for the 9 birth. 5 by 9 is 45, and you got the foxhole. Now you got the foxhole, you got a passage, you got information. 5 plus 9 is 14. The 14th letter is an N. What the N does is the N starts down here, goes up here, then it crosses through the center, through the other side of the dice, okay? Because all this transaction's in the middle. It's what's in the middle that counts. What's in the middle of the other side, you know what I'm saying? So it crosses over to here, and then up here you have the letter N made. That's how the passage is made with this letter. And you're always going to get a different number for a different place, and it gets difficult. I know it, because it's difficult for me, but you think I know it all. Know it all? Know what? All what? All what? Oh, it's so beautiful to be home. Okay, so now the total of sugar is 70. That is the creation gate. Okay. After that, okay, it switches from the creation gate over to Pluto. And then set into creation, okay, and put into the, through the 8 heaven, okay. I think has to go into the 5 passage, and then either up to be an angel or to be a man born from his mother's stomach on earth. And that's what happened. I always get confused about that 7 and 9. Let me just mark this down here. The 7 gate is the upper gate. It's the upper gate. 80 is the lower gate. The lower gate. Like Watergate. You know what I'm saying? So I write that down anyways. 70, upper gate, 2, Pluto, 2, Neptune, 2, Jupiter, 2, Saturn. Oh my God, I don't even know if I can read this. Okay, do you know what happens? Because, okay, I hope I get this right. So we got the sugar as the count of 70. And I'm going to see if I can find something here. Here it is. Here it is. The upper gate. The upper gate, right here. 7-2. Everybody says, why did the women, they die at the young age? Because in this card here, okay, this is beta. Okay. At the same time, in the first world, which is first 1, 2, 3 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is beta. But she only starts over here. On the 2 card, she starts up here. She's only representing her card. Now she's positioned in this world or this world. As long as she's in between, beta has to be in between in order to survive. That's the only way that they survive, and that's the way why women are the way they were treated in this world, because they lost, people lost their heads. They don't understand. That's the way it was. In order to create, that was the expression by God. Okay, and it just didn't turn out so good for some reason, just like everything else. So what happens, okay, the 1 card ace, okay, is God, and he says, we are going to have kids. And he set out his angels to create this world that we are in. And obviously there was no 8 yet because there was no heaven. But I believe that there's an inside world to this whole world of God called the real Urantia world, in which it recycles. I'm not sure. Some of this shit might be true. I'm making it up, but the way I'm just telling you what I think. Somehow they get these bodies that no longer have a spirit inside of them, and the soul has been cleansed. And then they use these bodies and they put electronics inside these people just to do these jobs that you can't do without using your fingertips. So they put these people with nothing here. They'll never have anything, and they're not supposed to live outside the family, and that's why you're not supposed to live outside these certain families, because otherwise there's a small chance, but they don't have the element to reproduce. But with the new technology today, hey, doctor, I don't understand. I can't reproduce in this world. And the doctor gives you something, all of a sudden you're reproducing. But you really can't reproduce, okay, from the other world, and you'll end up a zombie for the reason that unless God puts his spirit intact, there ain't no connection to any world at all. You can't hear, no see, nothing. Be like a dog in the forest. With Goldilocks, I guess, and the Mad Hatter. But anyways, this is your 70 card, because it's in the secondary world. But nobody else sees that here because they don't read it that way. This is the middle world, okay? This world makes this world happen. If this world's here, this world will replicate this world. This one will be 3, this one will be 7, this one will be 9, this one will be 1, this one will be 5. But at the same time, if you go into the next world, there's nothing here. You see it's open? You see this little spaceship? I didn't make the spaceship. I only followed the designs. I put them straight one way, and the other way I put them a different way. I wasn't sure if I should go all the way down from here to here like I did over here. And if you take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have an octagon here right in the center. And there you go. There's the red fiery spirit. Now, you see, this should be Jupiter over here. Okay. Now, that's one thing I'm a little confused with, because I'll show you a card for a second if I can get it out somewhere. Come on, card. Come on, card. Where are you, little card? Where are you? Come here. Come on, you're hiding. Ah, I found you. Here. Here. You ever see the mark of pi? Here it is. Here's your mark of pi. Okay. The spirit, okay, it fluctuates all the time, okay? The spirit is between here and here. Okay, this would be Mars. This would be Saturn. Unless it could go this way. One going this way, him going the opposite way. That way we'd run into each other. Is that the way it should be? Should it be back to back? Because I can turn this whole idea around about this card. Okay, or it's just regular this way because we still have 1 down, 3 up. Do you remember you always say, where's 4? Here's 2 in the center. Look how many things you can do with this. Here's 2 in the center, okay, just in this world. Here's 1 on the left. Here's 1 on the right. Here's 1 on the right with the 1 on the top. Here's 1 on the right with the 1 on the bottom. 1 on the left with the 1 on the bottom. 1 on the left, the 1 at the top. So you have to do all these combinations, you know. And there's a lot of combinations. I mean, because eventually it stretches out to tell a greater story. So now what happens with man is like this. So let's say this is Venus, and this would be Mercury, and that would be Earth. This would be Venus. This would be Mars. This would be Saturn. This would be Neptune. Pluto's not here. And that's supposed to be, if you count it 1, 2, 3, this is supposed to be Pluto and Saturn. I'm sorry, this one's Pluto and Saturn. Okay? I mean, otherwise I can't make up the planets. And the reason why this is Pluto and Saturn, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Pluto. Okay? And if I started in this level, this one would be 2, Beta, the female. She's on the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 10, 7, 8, Neptune. Now, where would be Uranus? Uranus is not here. So that means Uranus would have to be over here. You understand what I'm saying? What planets did I miss? I didn't miss any planets because I told you at the beginning. This one is Venus. This one is Neptune. So this is your card. This is where we are. And this is your fluctuating pi because the spirit, right, the connecting. So where are we? Are we on this side? Are we on this side? This is only supposed to be a passage, but normally wouldn't we be on the center and right here? Because if we're here, we're right where Jupiter is. Right here, right in the center. Obviously, if they count it as a 3-tier card, look how far Pluto and Uranus would be compared to, check it out. This, Mercury, Earth, Venus, Mars, Saturn. Now these last 3 planets, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto. You see how far apart they are? It's crazy. Anyways, let me have a little sip of this. You know, I had a good day yesterday. I went over to a friend of mine's house. She's a girl. And she moved. She moved. And her place, oh my God. You know what? It was so beautiful. But me, I have this hard time. And I told her a ton of times, oh, it's beautiful. And it was beautiful. It was very nice. Everything was when you're not expecting for someone that you know to be able to do what they did, it was amazing. It was that beautiful. And there were 2 doors you can walk in, and there was glass doors. And I said, great, the first 2 in bed I want to watch. No, so it was nice, but I was away from the camera. I was away from my paper. And but I brought a friend of mine with. I thought he'd look good. Hey, everybody! Oh, flip me upside down. Now I look different. Okay, now we're going to listen to this. Sugar, okay, says the gates of God, and sweet says the gates of the beta God. They say the exact same thing, but they just change gods. Okay, then sour, okay, which is the opposite of sweet, is 73, and that's the creation of Uranus creating Earth. Okay, which is just one more over sweet. They're all in the same row. They're all the same thing. 7-1. It's like CB codes. 7-1 to 7-9. Well, 7-0 means everything. The whole egg. Spirit, angel, man. Did I tell you this story? Listen to this. I was thinking, since my birthday seems to be so powerful in my mind, I decided to revamp something. Okay. And I says there cannot be anything that can actually happen in January, not until after Valentine's Day. Right? So I said to myself, well, after Valentine's Day, if it was the pig's birthday starting then it works out to Buddha's birthday. Okay? But if it did start in January, it couldn't start on January 1st. Okay? Because you can't start on your Mother's Day. Okay? You can't start on that day. So you cancel that out. You can't start on Father's Day. And you can't start on the 3rd of creation. You only can start when you've been created. 1 and 2 go together. They hold hands. While they're holding hands, they must stand in box number 3. While they're in box number 3, instead of holding hands, she's bent over and he's stroking her. After he's done blowing his load, as the way it goes, okay, Beta, okay, goes ahead to number 9, Pluto, and puts the egg in Pluto. And when the egg hatches and breaks, it goes from Pluto over to heaven 8, over to Jupiter, and into man 6. You follow me so far? Because everything, that's the way it works. It's just, did I miss something there? Let me see. She went to him, he bent over, he blew his load, and she brought the baby over. Right, that's the thing. Now, let me show you that. Now, we only have one time every 4 years in February is a leap year. And the reason for that is because of the story I just told you. Alpha and Beta went together into Gamma. In Gamma, they fooled around. He stroked her. She stroked him. He blew his load, and they jumped the baby into Pluto, the 9th planet. 1 day extra from 28 to 29 every 4 years. It's for this reason I am telling you. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I just want to put a little gimmick into the whole scheme, if you don't mind. If you don't like it, well, just tell me, and I'll just slack off a bit, okay? So that's what happened. And at that point, right, delta must always have 4 corners. And the reason delta has 4 corners, okay, is because when the secondary row starts after creation, okay, automatically there's a spirit that goes with it. So that's why it has 4 corners. And the creation of man and the angel, and the whole 4 things. The cloud, the diamond, the spade, and the heart. Yeah, okay. Another thing I'm going to jump to, I went to sweet. Okay, I'm going to go to salt. Salt represents the number 6. Okay. Pepper is a total of 76. Okay? 7 and 6 means the spirit, the 3136 is what it's supposed to say. But altogether, it's the spirit of man or the spirits of the gates, moving from the 7th gate to the 8th gate. You know what I'm saying? Or moving into the 7th gate. Maybe the 8th gate is where the angel is. You know what I'm saying? I'm still throwing around whether or not which planet we're on still, but that's okay. So what I end up with here is salt is 52 and represents the number 6. And pepper has 3 P's in it. 1 spirit of 6, 1 spirit of 6, 1 spirit of 6. 3, 6. Creation of man. 3 times 6 is 18. The letter R, angel resident. So anyways, pepper has 3 P's and 2 E's. You got a full house. And you finish off with an angel resident. P-E-P-P-E. Peppy. Hey, what you got, Peppy? I got some pepper. Okay, so we got 76. Now when we multiply 7 times 6, it's 42. 4 plus 2 is 6. So we come to the same answer as the previous answer. Because salt is 52, 5 plus 2 is 7. So then you would end up with the number of pepper. So they go together. But this one is fun, the next one. Hot and cold. I hope you're still with me, because this one is the best one. Hot totals 43. Okay? I used H-O like Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. Does anybody really know why he says ho, ho, ho? Because the letter count of ho, ho, ho is 23, 23, 23. WWW, beta creation, ho, 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 ho. He's talking about his children. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, we have done well. Look at all my children here. I shouldn't go down the chimney so many times a year. My ass hurts, but it's okay. I'm a Gemini, and that's how I fly. Right? You fly as a Gemini? Gemini fly. It's got to work. Okay, so anyways, hot is 23 and 20, which is a total of 43. 43 is the Baltic in Asia. Okay. Cold is the number count of 34. It's the complete opposite. Look, 34, 43. And they're the complete opposite, and the numbers are completely reversed. Pretty cool, eh? Creation of the delta. But look at this one. Odd, 23. Even, 46. You have to be twice as much even as odd. Because when you cut a corner of a stop sign, all the corners get cut in half. So beta becomes twice the value. But actually it's not cut off, it's folded under and it's hooked up from the back side, just like on a clock. Tick-tock. T-H, time, heaven, S-C-R. I won't tell you it's service central of heaven, okay? S-C-R is spirit, creation of angel resident. The other thing on here, there was round, which was 82, because that's beta heaven. I mean, she's going to have babies. She's pretty round, okay? And the circle is perfect. What do you think the circle is? Now, everybody, you have to get this. You have to get it. It's 50. It's like half-half. It's like perfect. You know what I'm saying? There's no big measurements. You cut it directly in half. You got half-half, 25 and 25. Oh, and it represents the number 10. Because of its perfect number. Actually, a perfect number is 55. Okay, next we have the square. Okay, and God is the one who owns the square, okay? That's how it all began. 9 lives of the cat. You know how much it is? It's crazy. It's insane. 45, 54, love of the fox. 36, creation of man. 9 times 9 equals 81. That's the count for a square. The octagon has a count of 80. 39 meaning 10, means perfection. 41, the Mediterranean, total of 80. This word. That's why. The U.S., they want the Mediterranean, my friends. There's something under the ground out there. There's something under the ground. There's something under the ground there. precious, something very precious under the ground. I don't know what it is. It's a wild guess, but let me tell you one thing. My wild guesses and my terminology and what I have learned in the past 2 years on my own, I seem to be guessing pretty much very good, because whatever I didn't get right yesterday, I'm getting right tomorrow. Today can always wait. No? Never give up. And I can never stop, because when I go to bed, I always make sure there's at least 10 things to do the next morning so that it'll start me up, that I don't fall behind. You like my other picture? You see my big hamburger here? I'm going to redo this picture. This is like one of my old ones. And you got this little lizard here. And all the eyes. Everybody's got an eye. You see all the eyes? Eyes. This is what happened when I first became ill with bipolar disorder. So, you know what? I think a lot of people are being mistreated. I don't like to say that. The last one before I let me go is APE. A-P-E. Reverse the letters and you have P-E-A, which is a P, like a pea brain, right? And also at the same time, APE has a 22 letter count. It means life, to life. APE. I'm quite sure if we start studying all the animals now, whatever it is, everything can be studied. Everything. I'd like to know what can't be studied. The question is, if it's not legible, then you don't always come up with the best picture. Let's see, do I have anything else on the map here? Should I leave it go? Should I wait? Oh, there's not. I'm going to show you this one picture I like. I'm not finished designing it yet. I'm going to be changing the Israeli flag to put one barber pole here and one barber pole here. Okay? Both letting you in. Everybody's allowed in. And this is, we're going to change this. There's something wrong. You see, this is one alone. When it's alone, it looks like an M. When it's not alone, it looks like a W upside down. If you put them both together, it's an hourglass. And you know what the hourglass says? 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Does anybody know what 4, 5, 6 is? 4, 5, 6, 4 plus 5, or 4 next to 5 is already the foxhole. 4 plus 5 is the 9th birth. 4 plus 6 is 10, the totality of angel and man. 5 and 6 is spirit, angel, and man. 1, 4, and 6. And as that happens for man, the reverse happens for the angel. And once the two happen together, each one equals 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals 15. And one time for your angel, 15. 15 and 15 fit in an egg tray. Go check out the egg tray at the farmers now. They got 30. 30 is creation. 30 days as September, April, June, and November. All the rest are 31 except for February, where this year it was 29. But 3 out of 4 years it's 28. 28 and 28 is 56, and that's the wolf. Plus 28 is 84. And that's our good Lord of the heavens. 12 times 7, 84. The king can't exist anymore. The king does not exist. We don't actually exist, but we do possess a number. Raphael, c'est moi. Raphael, 72, 86. Black cat, dragon. Are you guys going to get involved? Oh, I forgot to tell them about that. You're right. Listen to this. Oh my God, I get nervous just thinking about it. Apparently, Astral Video is just sold to a company, and I think I've done a video already about this, but it doesn't matter because the more the merrier. They sold to Bell. Bell is the only company I know that does not need to use a 3-digit code to get underneath the ground. They own the underneath the ground. Practically for everything is underneath the ground. They can hide and run and do anything they want underneath the ground. They now own satellites up in the sky. They also own billboards over hallways. All rise. Downtown, telephones, TV. They are huge. I think they paid something like, was it 14 billion? Is that possible? Only 14 billion or trillion? It can't be 14 trillion, can it? Anyways, whatever the amount, doesn't really matter. New World Order is setting in. I, for the last 3 days, have been seeing the clock at very, right now, I'm seeing the clock at 6:56, and it's a double, what's it called? It's a 6 plus 5 is 11, skip that, 5 plus 6 is 11, 5 by 6 is 30, 5 by 6 is 30, they both equal the Mediterranean, the total is 82, the Beta Heaven, the Mediterranean, something is going on for sure. Look at the date, 32, the date of the passage. Oh my God. Wow. This is E. Today's E. It's an E day. It's an E day. This is the 119th day of the year. Oh my God. 911. Oh fuck. Today's 911. Holy fuck. Wow. Wow. That's insane. Oh, I'm telling you, these things have just been popping up. It's insane. Not only is it 32, which comes to the E world. Oh my God, double Mediterranean. Oh my God. That's insane. That's insane. I think you're on the railroad tracks by reading Railroad. If you were playing Monopoly, dicing 84 to return it to 48, you'd be on the gray path just before visiting jail. You ever see that? The go, you can win something on, right? The 10th space in Monopoly is visiting jail. They have a separate box for being in jail, and they have a separate side, and it shows you it's an angle. Just visiting, you know what I'm saying? I'm not cutting corners, you know what I'm saying? Passing jail, not cutting corners. The 20th rule is free parking. The 30th is creation, and it's jail. So if you land on the 30th, on jail, you go to jail, you go right to jail, and this is the jail, so it must be jail, and Bell, back to Bell, Bell. If Bell had a problem, okay, I mean, how hard would it be to turn around and change the B to an H? Because the B, okay, listen, is Venus. She has no moons. Okay, the H for hell is Neptune, and Neptune, I think, does it have 31 moons? Because that would be freaky if it had 31 moons. Oh my God! Wow, God's working off of Neptune's moons. You see, I think Pluto only can have a couple of moons because Pluto only makes an exchange with 3 worlds. So she wouldn't really need to have more than 6 moons at the most, but at least 2 moons at the least for the incoming and outgoing messages. I don't know how that works, but it's not going to be hard to figure out once people start to understand that just because I look like an idiot and sound like an idiot doesn't mean my shit ain't true. Maybe I'm just screwing with y'all and everything is true. Maybe I don't actually come from this planet. Sort of smells good. Maybe I'm not from this planet because it smells good. Oh, wow. Cat just shit behind me. Oh. You want to see it? I'll pick it up and show it to you. What do you think? They eat mice. It's meat. I feed them. Then I cut up their dew and I throw it out. Okay. Did I have anything else to do? Let me see if I have anything left. We did the the Suez Canal. Listen to this. Suez, okay, is 71 count. The spirit of the 7th gate. The one spirit of the 7th gate. Okay? The one spirit of the 7th gate only shows up here. 6, hold on a second. 1, 6, the opposite side. That's the only place it shows up. It can't show up in the cards. There is no dot in the center with number 7 on it. And this is a double world. Everything's doubled on it. That's why, okay, let me finish with what I started to say. Where did I put this? Yeah, so Suez Canal is the one spirit of the 7th gate. And canal is 13. Which right away, if I reverse it, it says the 7th gate of the 9th birth. It means that the seventh gate God connected with the ninth birth, because there's two. 7 has one of them, 8 has two of them in the center. Anyways, listen to this. The word soft, okay, is 60. 60 is a representation of an angel, okay? But the word rough has the sign of Cancer. Rough. So that's pretty cool, eh? And they're both in the 60s, except soft is at 0, because we don't know which angel he's going to be. Either it's going to be me, the face angel, the angel resident, or it's going to be a delta angel just in the electronic world. I don't know how it works, but it keeps showing me that there is a real world. And now I matched up rough with course. And I wasn't thinking of a race course, and I'm not sure which way you spelt course, but I spelt it this way. A total count of 58 for course. And what that means is it doesn't mean that it's rough. It just means it's rough around the edges. It's like a newborn baby coming out. And the count is 58. Reverse it, it's 85. It stands for the matrix. It's a little bit coarse. You know what I'm saying? It's not perfect. This world is not perfect. And I don't think it ever will be perfect. Not in this world. The water and the rust is another thing. Watch out for that color rust. Rust and orange are very good friends together. I seem to have noticed in the background. All rusty, and that orange looks like carrots. Okay, so we got to that. We got the canal. Anyways, when you add Suez and canal together, okay, it totals 71 Suez, 19, 45, 45 and 26 is 71, and canal 3, 1, 14, 1, 12, 13, 27, 28, 31, 31 and 71, 102. 102 is the long count for blackjack, because in blackjack where the ace is 11, I add the ace into the game at that point, and I just rise all the values of every other card until I reach 102. And 102 starts at Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is the 45th day of the year. Valentine's Day is a letter count of Valentine of 102. There's one other thing about Valentine. Just give me a second. The 14th day, Valentine's Day, 45th day. Okay, that's the foxhole, and that's why on the 46th day, on the 46th day of the year, 4 and 6 connect together, and 4 and 6 equals 10. 2 digits, one is a 4 angel, the other is a 6 man. 47 is time. So on the 2 days after, one day after man got to earth, time started. Well, anyways, all the numbers have to be done anyways before anything really can start. You have 1 area, 2 areas, 3 areas. Yeah, so it totals to 102. So that's the Valentine. What does it mean? It's love. It's the love canal, that Suez Canal. There's something there. They cannot touch Israel. And I don't know what Russia wants, because like I said, Bell just took over this big thing, and now it's time for more manipulation in Canada over Ron Paul. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Maybe are they allowed to announce anything here in Canada? What's going to happen? Because Bell just took over that big ASTRAL video and marketing, and they can do whatever they want now, my friends. This is a huge. Somebody's got to put this out more than just one of my cassettes, you know. Right? That's that black cat. You see those 2 black cats? When I open it up, you got 2 roads that lead to the end. They come back to the boat. Remember? You remember the story? You got a road here. You got a road here where the black cat is, all the way up, and then you have one on the other side. It makes a heart. When they come back to the beginning, you got the 2 black cats. That's basically you. That's you out of the black cat. You're going to meet in the background and come back, and the answer's going to come out of this baby. Hey, baby. I love you. I'm going to be just like you one day. My idol, Mr. Takpans, Raphael, 7286. I appreciate it. From the constellation of Pegasus, I am sure of one thing. Something will rise, and it is soon. Like I said, it's the 119th day of the year. Okay, that is crazy because just a couple of days ago, if a pig had a pregnancy, I'm sorry, on the 4th of January, not on the 1st, on the 4th, I think it would have been on the 27th, yesterday, that she would have had her babies, or today, her babies would be a day old. So I hope you understood. If you have any questions, do not hesitate. If you want to tell me I'm nuts, I'm crazy, you don't care, whatever, I don't care. But I just can never understand, why is everybody always asking for say like me, like me? What? Can somebody answer that question? I don't know. I think that if somebody watches a video, I think they should mark, I don't know. I don't know. It's their business. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to let it go at this. At what time? Guess what time I'm going to end it at. Guess. What time? By the time I end it, I won't know myself. Raphael, 7286. Oh, it didn't stop again. I can't get it to stop. How come? Oh my God. This is insane. Okay, now I have to watch the clock.